Here we are.
We're back. Happy
We're
Friday.
another round. Happy Friday.
Yeah. How's your week been going?
Busy.
Isn't it? It's picking up.
Yeah, activities are picking up.
Yeah.
Preparation stuff's picking up.
Yep. Getting ready for VBS.
Getting ready for VBS.
Yeah. We're gonna have our preschool VBS coming up in August. We're gonna do a sports camp.
Yeah.
In August. So those things are coming. We'll give you more details as we get more details.
Yep.
But it's
Start planning on those. Start
Yep.
praying, and maybe start even talk to people in your neighborhood about kids coming
Yep.
to the VBS stuff.
Yep.
So definitely.
And the
wanna be doing
website is the best place to check for all
Absolutely.
the upcoming things. If you're ever curious, www.gracelbc.org.
that. Yep.
That's where you'll find all the information. And if you are still, we still would love for you to, if you love what we're doing here, to support us. You still can give through the website. PayPal is on there. You can give through the Church Center app. Most people, I think, through all of this, we're giving through mail. Regular, old-fashioned.
Just writing the check,
mail.
send it by mail.
Yep. And we so appreciated that. It has helped to fund some of the extra costs we've had with getting us on
Online.
live. Yep.
And to make that experience even better,
Yep.
each and every week, I was talking to somebody earlier, and they just said how much it's improved from week 1 to where we are now.
I don't even want to look back at our first week one to see what that was like.
It was a pretty exciting time, though.
It was.
Just to be online, to know that people are emailing or
Yep.
texting, telling you like, "Oh, we're on, we're here."
Yep.
Good, thank you for that. Those are always fun that we get to experience that. But again, reminder that we're at 9:30
Yep.
on Sundays, and that's when our service is, and it's just one service. So we're still practicing social distancing, though that we don't have anything within the pews that says every other. So those are where you feel most comfortable.
Yep. And if you are uncomfortable, there is still room on the sides to go and get your distance.
Yep.
So if that is still a concern for you, just know there is room for you to come. And we also have overflow space, just in case. We have the live feed going back in the fellowship room. So if we do get too full and you're, and it's getting too much, we do have that.
Yep. Offering is still taken at the box in the back of the foyer, where it says a black box that says offering on it, and coffee.
That's nice. It says offering on it.
Just so that you know.
Just so you know.
So that it's not the black box,
Right.
Ooh.
From the airplane.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's not even black. Don't even get me started.
Right.
But we also serve coffee. So it's not you doing it yourself. The cups are laying there, and you take accordingly.
Yep. And if
So-
you need a drink of water, we got the
Bottles
of water for you, and you can take them with you and enjoy them all day long.
Yep. Yeah. Keep refilling.
Yeah.
Be fun.
Yep. So I wasn't here on Sunday. I was at a family reunion. It was very fun.
Was it a good get together?
It was excellent.
Did you reunion?
We reunioned.
Meaning, what does that even mean?
Reunioned.
You came back together?
Yes.
Like you've been apart?
Yes.
But were you ever together
Yes.
without being apart
Yes.
a long time ago?
Yes.
So all the Norland family got
Yes.
together? So it was all the Norlands?
Yes.
Oh, nice. They all came to North Dakota?
Yes.
So that most of them live in Minnesota?
Because North Dakota is freer.
The land of the free.
Yep. It's easy. It's just easier to get together in North Dakota right now. So that's what we did. And it was excellent.
So you blew us off on Sunday morning?
I did.
You didn't come?
Nope. I actually did watch online.
Oh, did you?
Part of it. I couldn't all of it.
You couldn't? Not the whole thing?
I couldn't.
So now you really?
But
so
I was
now
on.
they can say, "Oh, Pastor Ryan doesn't watch all online, so I don't have to watch all online."
I was unable to at the time
Why?
because we were doing our own church service.
So why didn't you just have them watch ours?
It didn't work.
And
that
then
way.
you could have had a Q&A afterwards.
The internet was not so good there. It was spotty and in and out. It just wasn't great. So because of the internet.
So let's just reenact. So if you were to do a Q&A, if in fact you watched the whole thing,
I didn't.
which you didn't.
No. So I need to ask
That's
you
so
some
sad.
questions about it.
All right, go ahead.
So we're in the book of Mark.
Right.
And we're kind of at that transition point where the disciples are like light bulb.
Learning, like
Starting
the light
to get
bulb,
this.
just like, and Jesus is making sure they get it.
Yep. And
Yep.
so how did he make sure that they got it?
He started asking questions.
Well, he does that all the time.
But he specifically, like, who do you say that I am?
And they said,
Well, some think that who does he say that I am? That you're the prophets. Or like a bunch of different, they don't really know.
Yep.
Elijah.
One of the prophets.
Elijah.
Yep.
Right? They think that you're one of these different people. But then Peter came up and said that you're the Christ. That you're the Messiah. You're the long-awaited Messiah that we've all been waiting for.
And so what are the implications of that statement?
Yeah, that's a big question. Because later on he starts telling them, like, this is who you are or who I am, and if you're a believer, that you're going to be following me unconditionally in every way. So that's part of the implications, that you're not living for self anymore. You're living to serve rather than be served.
So like you said, like, you're giving like fully.
Yeah.
So is there like such thing as a half Christian?
Like you can only like.
I'm gonna just kind of partially follow.
That's a good question. The answer is no.
Oh.
No.
Okay.
How do you become a partial Christian? These are his disciples.
I just want to kind of follow some of the things, but some are, I don't know if I agree with all of them. So
okay.
I don't know if I want to follow all of the things about who the Christ says.
Right. Yeah. It's kind of like going to a family reunion and being not part of the family. Like, I want to be just a Nord, not a Lund.
Oh.
Right? I'm not just totally a Nordland. Like, it's not all encompassing of who I am from my DNA all the way out. Right?
So when Peter said, "You are the Christ, the Son of the living God," and I don't think that's recorded in Mark. I think that's in one of the other Gospels.
I think it's in Matthew.
Yep. It says, "You are the Christ."
Mm-hmm.
How's that good news for us?
Because this is the coming Messiah. This is the who was told from the beginning, from the prophets all the way, and that's what the Jewish people believed, all the way up to this point, in their lives. And now they're in the presence of the Messiah. And it took God, as we've been going through all of Mark, getting to the point of, we're doing these activities because this is a good guy. This is a good guy who does a few miracles. This is a good guy who, now we're sending us out 2 by 2. And now we're talking about what we're doing. But then we have the feeding of the 5,000, and we got to send them away because they don't have food. But then God, through Jesus, produces food for them to eat and meets their needs. And now they're understanding more and more as he calmed the seas that this is the Messiah. This is the Messiah, and Jesus knew that he's coming up to the end, so he needed to stop and prepare them so they understood that he is the coming Messiah that's been told for generations and generations and generations. They're in his presence.
Right.
And he's going to be the means to save them from all their trials and difficulties, not on earth, but in heaven. So he was bringing forgiveness of sins, and he's going to take that on all for himself. Though he's probably, because I wasn't in those meetings, the text doesn't say, but he's alluding to some of those things right then.
Yeah. And if you continue reading through the book of Mark, you'll see that Jesus is going to start predicting, telling his disciples, "I'm going to suffer. The Son of Man will suffer and die, but will rise back." And again, they have a dim light bulb going.
I started preparing for next week's, since I'm preaching next week, I already started getting, so we're starting to see this more and more coming through.
The dimmer switch is just slowly lifting.
Yep.
And it comes full power.
This is so exciting. This is such good news. I mean, we can't contain it. We can't even speak sometimes because we just don't know so much. All right, so me. I can't speak sometimes because I get so passionate and excited about Jesus and lives being changed, and how we get told and see it through the different steps, and then how Jesus is undeniable, and then how you can't be a half Christian. You're fully invested because of what he first did for us. He loved us so much, and then you kind of look at all that with what's going on all the way out there, and the world just seems upside down,
Crazy.
and the sin that just perpetuates everything that's going on. We're just like, he is real.
Yeah.
Everything that we've been reading is now coming to fruition
Yep.
in the truth, and we see sin so blatantly, and we know that their only forgiveness is through Christ.
Yep, that's our only
What he did on
only
the cross.
solution. That's
Right.
our only answer is Jesus
Yep.
and his life, death, and resurrection
Amen.
for our forgiveness. So that was
I get a little
last Sunday.
excited.
I know.
And what do you got coming up
yeah.
this week?
Well, this
don't
week,
give it away. Just like a teaser. So if you had to come up with like one line or one phrase, what would it be for this Sunday? A teaser.
I would say like radical discipleship.
That's intriguing. I can't wait till Sunday at 9:30 to hear more about this radical discipleship.
And it's intense.
Until then,
May the Lord bless you and keep you.
see you Sunday.